Hi and welcome to RC Copilot. Today I have something very interesting. I received the new EXPL pitch control arms, and together with a swashplate, I don't know if you see these EXPL, the difference is it has longer or more distance to the blade grips, pitch control arms, which give more resolution and gives you with the same stick inputs a little bit smoother control. So you have the feeling you have more control because it's not so aggressive. So you make a stick move and the input is given to the blade, to the helicopter in a smoother way, so the helicopter feels bigger. And it's especially good with these very fast Rotortech Ultimate 385 blades. They are very fast, and I tried this new geometry and it's fantastic. For my flying style it's maybe not so good, but also people that are flying 3D say it's very good for my flight. I'm want to fly very smooth. It's very good. And what you hear now, the beeper was starting because I hold the helicopter too long. This is my beacon, my Wi-Fi beacon, and it begins now to beep because he wants to fly, and not that I'm talking so much. Okay, so that means we're going to fly. Okay, let's go into the storm with the M4, the EXPL geometry. Now you see how the wind is picking the helicopter from behind. So that's the reason why in such a wind I'm flying only against the wind. So I have totally different aerodynamics with the canopy when it's facing the wind than when the wind is picking into the back of the canopy, which is open and is not in such a good way. So you will see now, I try to hold the helicopter a little bit on one space. So I have to give relatively few collective pitch, nose down, to hold the helicopter. You see it? Now I'm turning the helicopter around, and when the wind is picking it from the back, I need much more. And the wind is picking up the helicopter. You see it? This gaining altitude is because of the wind. I'm giving no collective pitch input, so it's totally different. If the wind picks from the tail, now it's lifted by the wind. So that makes flying with tailwind not a very nice experience. Now the same. The helicopter is behaving in a strange way, is picked up in a strange way. Now it's even blown in our direction. So, and much more controllable is everything if I'm flying with the canopy facing the wind, because then we have great aerodynamics, much more control, and I'm anyway happy that I can fly in such winds, that I don't have to make a break because of this strong wind. Let's show her once again. She's beautiful. And now I show you how the difference is. I'm doing inputs cyclic with the elevator, and they are relatively smooth. So I do this when I do the same kind of inputs with the M4 Max, which has the serious geometry of the M4. These movements are much sharper somehow, and this is nothing connected with Expo or something. This geometry has some more, I forgot now the word, resolution, and offers, gives you more control, more smooth control. For my kind of flying, I'm trying to fly very, very smooth, and I'm not a smack 3D pilot, and I will never be, because for me the smooth flying is more fascinating somehow. I love acrobatics, not now in this wind, I will not go inverted, but I love to do these acrobatics very smooth as possible. So, but you see how this poor machine is shaken by the wind. So all the time the wind is attacking it in different angles. And once again I try to pull the machine against the wind, and it's much more difficult. So it overreacts, at least for a not so experienced pilot like me. It's difficult to see the wind is picking the machine up. Now it's of course getting stronger. We hear it in the microphone of the camera. So it is really tricky to control such a helicopter in such strange changing wind. In one way the wind direction is all the time stable, but the wind speed is has many variations, and this Explore geometry makes this M4 feel much bigger, because I have a very smooth control. My stick inputs are very small, of course, but they are a little bit smoothened by this geometry. And now I'm taking the moment that there is a little bit less wind, and I'm preparing the landing, because you see, landing is not easy in such a wind and on this uneven ground. I have told you several times that every piece of this ground is not even, and I have to look for a place where it's as even as possible. Now it's good, not totally even as you see. And once again I show you this Explore geometry. It has a very beautiful EXP for Explore written here on it, and that's the difference. So it's more extended, it's a few millimeters longer, this arm, and the same is here on the swash plate, the Explore swash plate. You can use these things only together. You have more extended room. Oh, and this is my Firefly beacon. It works. The helicopter was landed. It looked smooth, but he recognized it like a crash, and he recognizes when there is no movement later. If the helicopter is standing for a few seconds, he interprets this as a crash. And so that was my Explore in strong winds. I hope that one day we'll have less winds, that I can do more acrobatics with this beautiful machine. But now in this wind, I'm already happy when I'm bringing this machine down after normal flying. Okay, maybe I do another flight with the M2. Thanks. As it is all the time windy, extremely windy, I have to fly more, I would not say spectacular things, but more interesting things for you, like inverted with the little but great M2. So this machine really feels like a part of my body. I want to see if I can bring her backwards away from me through these plants. It was going, and let's give it a go with inverted. So I was throwing her away inverted, I'm doing this kind of stuff to just get more used to inverted flight. It's not easy, I can tell you, at least for a not very young pilot as me, as I am. So I was going out with a half roll. Probably it will not be visible, and I will also try it from the other way. So it is windy, it is gusty. You can't foresee what the wind is doing. I was not, the rotor disc was not leveled with the horizon. What is the thing that I have to learn and to make the necessary corrections, but in such a wind it is not easy. So I will do it half with the front view, but you see the wind is really blowing this helicopter all the time in this direction of the forest there, where my little small M1 is lying, and I cannot find it. Again, half roll. I don't know if you see anything of this because it's so far away and this little heli is so small and my wide angle is so terribly wide. I'm trying different experiments. Not always they are crowned from success. Success is for me already if this heli stays in one piece. This was extra. I can show you that I can do it fluent, the backflip. Relatively fluent. But of course, nothing is now at the moment perfect. So my whole collective pitch timing is not really good. I do it nose in. This is something that I still have to learn a lot. As well, loops, nose in. It is not so easy for me as the things when I'm looking at the heli with tail in position. So now I was going out with the front flip of this loop. I don't know if you see anything of this. All my batteries are now getting a little bit weak, and I want to do my favorite thing, a little bit of precision flying at the end of this video. Now that the battery is too weak for 3D maneuvers, for inverted flight, it still has this going down and up and down. This is also because the battery is already a little bit weak. Okay, I'm going over this tree. I'm coming through this and it works, but the battery is already in her last moments. So I will once again bring this helicopter closer to my station where I have my tea, my batteries, and come once again through these plants, although the power delivery of the battery is rather low. So I want to try to land nose in. Okay, it is possible. So I can do this stuff. I hope this is interesting for you. It is not a lot of progress in my flying, but in these windy conditions I cannot really expect to learn something. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you like our channel, please subscribe, because this is a big help for us. We see that the number of subscribers is growing, and this is a very good sign because it shows us that you like our videos. Okay, bye, see you again, RC Copter Lab.